Woo! Welcome to Breaking the Barrier.
What in the world?
I saw you closing your ears.
Yes, I did. Man, I tell you what.
I should bring you earplugs.
Every episode you get louder and louder and louder.
Well, at least you're getting louder.
I'm trying.
Barely can hear you most of the episodes.
Well, most people would think that'd be a good thing. I'm a very laid-back, quiet person.
You?
Yep.
No.
Oh, please.
That's a joke.
Oh, shut up. I got a bone to pick with you, by the way.
Well, I haven't done my introduction
It doesn't
yet.
matter. I got a bone to pick with you. You can introduce in a minute. I got to get this off my chest because now I'm irritated. So, last week, I was on assignment, and you took...
Assignment.
I was on assignment, because we had issues with the printing and getting them here in delivery, and I was helping the folk in circulation. So I was on assignment, and I go listen to what you did later. I'd much rather listen to it if I'm not on it because I hate the sound of my voice. Most people hate the sound of my voice, but even more, I hate listening to it. And I go to listen, and there's this chick on there. I was like, well, this is nice. Who is this? And you said it was your fiancé.
That's correct.
Dude, I thought we were buds.
Yeah, I never mentioned that.
I know. Yeah, that's my beef, man. What's up? You never told me, and we've known each other this long, and you had never told me that some poor lady had said she'd marry you.
I just never wanted you to meet her.
Oh, that's hurtful. That's hurtful. Now, why is that? You don't want me to tell stories, or do I embarrass you?
The latter, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll go with the latter.
Well, only if I've had a couple of refreshments, usually at Applebee's, but...
well, at least Zabrowski told you he got engaged.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I was at Applebee's one night after a city council meeting, and he happened to wander in.
I heard this story.
Yeah, he happened to wander in, and I had some... Because somebody else was paying.
If somebody else is paying, then I'm going to be drinking.
Mama Crosier taught me to be sociable. And it's not nice if somebody offers you refreshments and you don't take them, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'd had a couple of refreshments when Zabrowski and his lady friend came in. And, yeah, so maybe that makes sense of why you didn't want me to meet her then.
Exactly. Zabrowski told me that story, and I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to, if it happens to slip, then...
So when's the big day? Am I getting an invite?
I haven't decided yet.
Because, see, my +1 would be there to keep me in line.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, the wife will be there, Miss Kyla, the second lady of the city of Covington. You know, not the first lady, because I'm only the vice mayor. So she's the second lady of the city of Covington, number one lady in my heart.
Well, should be.
Yeah, she probably won't listen to that, so she won't hear the comment. But no.
You mean she actually doesn't listen?
Sometimes she does, if it's a topic that she
thinks...
thinks...
That's like my lady.
Yeah. If she thinks it's a topic that I'm going to show my hind end on, yeah, she listens. It's kind of like Mama Crosier. She reads the city council accounts in the paper to see how bad I've shown myself.
But if your name's not in it, she won't.
Yeah, if she don't scan through and see my name, normally she won't. But if she sees my name, she's like, oh, God, what has he done
Here we go again.
Here we go again. And then and she doesn't fuss at me or anything like that. She told people a long time ago that she just gave up on trying with me. But I will hear about it if there's something in the paper about me that I have expressed my concerns.
I hear about it all the time if I do something.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it.
I'm usually the one doing it.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll forgive you, but as long as I get an invite.
Well, we'll talk about it later at an important time.
Dude, I got you a Loki keychain. The least I can do is get an invitation to your nuptials.
It's being considered.
Actually, I want to see if Katie goes through with it.
Her name's Kate, by the way.
Kate. Potato, patata, it's all the same thing.
Zabrowski's lady is Katie.
Would y'all stop confusing me? Dang it. Anyway.
I know. It's like we're one of the same person.
Yeah. If Myrtle... I want to see if Myrtle shows up to the altar to marry your fool ass.
Who the hell is Myrtle?
That's her new name.
Myrtle?
Yeah, because
okay.
I keep them straight. You know me. I do nicknames. For some reason, I can remember a nickname that I gave somebody 15 years ago, but I can't remember their real name. So everybody got a nickname. She's Myrtle now.
Myrtle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can't say on
So
the air
if you
what
reference
yours is.
if you reference the Myrtle,
Mm-hmm.
I'll know what you're talking about, my lady.
Yeah, because y'all just confuse the crap out of me.
That's what we're supposed to do.
And it doesn't take much.
No, it doesn't.
Now, let me tell you about confusing. We went to go look at, the wife and I went to go look at cellular phones last night.
Oh, really? You're in the market for a new one?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Technology has so passed me by. Lord, the little sales chick, she tried. God help her, she tried. And my question was, can I store, and finally I just said, can I store music, can I text, and can I make a call? Those are the three things I use these confounded devices. I said, can I go back to a pager? Do y'all have pagers?
I think those still exist.
No, she said those were not available at that particular establishment. Because I loved a pager. Not that I answer my phone religiously now, but, my policy is if you call or message, I'll return your call or message in either 0.2 seconds or 5 to 7 business days.
Yes, and that's accurate, folks.
Yeah, that is accurate, because, I get busy. I get on assignment and...
Assignment.
Shut up. Last week it truly was. It was just, oh my gosh, it was just a kaleidoscope of,
yeah, and we'll talk about that later on.
It was, so I was trying to help the folks back in circulation. I ended up delivering a couple of bundles for them, trying to get the papers out. The carriers tried so hard. Fortunately, the majority of the readers were very understanding. Couple weren't, but
readers? You mean subscribers?
Readers
Gotcha.
to the print paper, because the online was right on time.
Online was exactly on point.
Yeah, it was on point. Zabrowski did a good job with that. But anyway, we got a lot to talk about. Let's get to it.
Well, folks, I'm Adam Benz alongside my co-host, the one, the only, returning this week, David Crosier.
And I'm not as attractive as Myrtle.
Definitely not.
So,
definitely not.
Folks, she has personality. She puts up with
me
Benz here. I can't top that.
I asked her last Tuesday, it was, after you said that you were going to be on assignment, if she would be my co-host for the week, my special guest co-host.
What do you have to do to get her to do it?
I bought her dinner.
Daggone. That was a cheap
Taco Bell,
host.
actually.
I tell you what, and she's a lot prettier than she's probably the prettiest guest we've ever had.
Well, see, we were going to record it on Tuesday night.
Uh-huh.
But she was a little bit nervous that, she didn't know what she was going to say or anything. Or
like we ever do.
Yeah, like we ever do. Like we ever are prepared for it.
Yeah, you came in with your format and it was on a ratted up piece of paper with some scribbles on it. So it's not like we got a lot of organization here, folks.
It's better to not be prepared.
Yeah, I do off the cuff much better.
See, that's what I learned when I was in the radio business for a while. You're better off not being prepared because you're going to screw up somehow if you're prepared.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. But she's the prettiest guest. I hate to say it, Jacob, right? She's much prettier than you. And if we ever had your friend Jeffrey Bowles on the show, much prettier than he is. I had to throw a Jeffrey Bowles comment since I didn't get to throw one into him last week.
Yeah, because you were on assignment.
I was on assignment. Dang it! Yes.
But no, we did a great job. Kate did a great job.
It really was. She really carried you on that whole show.
She did.
And I hope she listens to this because I'm really putting her over here.
And it felt like you were there at the last bit when she talked about me being from New England up north.
Because she is Southern through and through.
Yes.
Thank God one of you got some sense.
Yeah, because I was talking about, was it candied yams? I think it might have been.
Sweet taters.
I call
sweet
it candied
potatoes.
yams.
I know because you're a damn Yankee.
Oh,
but it's
here we
sweet
go
potatoes.
Again. But your presence was felt.
Thank you.
Your presence was certainly felt through that comment.
I hope she listens to this part of it because, we're putting her over really good. And she did a great job. I tell you what, at least I know now when I need to be on assignment other times. Assignment. What is this, episode 16 now?
Yes, and
16?
I was wrong for the third week in a row with my episode count. Last week I opened the show saying it was episode 14, and I mentioned your name about how often I'm wrong about the show. And again, I was wrong.
Yes,
but
you were.
this is episode 16.
We have been doing this for 16 weeks now.
Yeah, you've been doing it. This is your 15th episode.
I know. You got one on me.
Yep.
And now I know when I need to be on assignment again, I know who to tag in for the hot tag.
For the hot tag. I know she'll be willing to do it again. I mean, she did a great job.
She did. One of these days, we're going to do one where all three of us.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's the day I get to meet her, and we're going to do a show with all three of us. Now, wouldn't that be something? Because I can ask her all the good questions about you at that point.
But the show isn't about me.
It will be that week.
No, this is about, our area.
Okay,
the
well, let's
area
get to
in
it.
general.
Well, let's get to it.
Well, let's get to it. Let's talk about last week, for that matter. The Black Friday sale that was here at the Virginia Review, which was for only online subscriptions. How did that go?
It went pretty well. We got some new subscribers.
For the online
For
edition.
the online edition
Perfect.
only. Got some more subscribers. Subscriber count is growing exponentially. People love the new website. I still can't figure it out. But
That doesn't surprise me.
No, because I wanted a pager yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Dinosaur, right? That I'm sure the graphic is.
Oh, I'm
popped up.
going to put a dinosaur
Yeah,
graphic
the dinosaur
there.
graphic is better than the donkey one.
Maybe I'll put a donkey body with a dinosaur head.
You don't have that kind of computer skills.
You're right.
You'll have to tag Zabrowski in.
Yeah, right. I'll ask him for a design of that.
Because he's pretty cool. That's why I hired him.
Or maybe he'll put a donkey with your head on it.
Now, it'll cost you money to run my picture.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't afford that.
I've already ran it once.
Oh, yeah.
It was like episode 3 or 4,
I
maybe
know.
5,
I
something
know,
like
you
that.
butthole.
I forget the episode count, but
Buttholes.
but that's
no,
good that the deals went
Zabrowski's
through.
done a great job with the online and social media presence. We've got better social media coverage, presence than any other media outlet in the Alleghany Highlands, and we're very proud of that. I'm proud of Zabrowski for all the work he's done to get us to that point, because it would not have happened if it was left up to me. And you have to agree with that.
Definitely.
Yeah, because you and that fool been bugging me for a year and a half just to upgrade the website.
Yeah.
Now, you talked to Zabrowski earlier. Where are we at with the app? I haven't brought up the app for a couple of weeks because I know we were having Apple issues.
Yes. Well,
Not the fruit, but
yes.
the company,
Right.
the evil empire.
That's the New York Yankees.
Oh yes, you got it. Yes. Anyhow,
Really, you're gonna reference my New York Yankees like that?
yeah, choke artist.
I don't even want to talk about baseball right now.
Why?
The Red Sox won the World Series.
Isn't that great?
No, that just means the Yankees need to do something out there in free agency, get all the hot players they can get.
Yeah, they always do, and then they still choke.
Well, I even think that if they do sign these top players, that they still won't be good enough to beat the Red Sox.
No,
And
because they
I
don't,
hate to say that.
They don't want to look at the long term. That's Steinbrennerism right there. George Steinbrenner was like that. He would get all these he would give away,
His
trade away
prospects,
the
yep.
prospects that really had something, and then he would get all these hot people, and instead of looking at a 3 or 4 like the Braves have over the past few years, they've stunk. They didn't make it very far, but they're still...
Oh, they're rebuilding.
They're rebuilding, but
Yeah.
they have stuck to a plan.
Yeah.
Look at when the Cubs won the World
Yeah.
Series. Epstein went in, and he had a long-term vision. The Yankee organization, since the 70s, when Steinbrenner came along, when they fell into a World Series, it was by accident. And they really didn't have any long-term...
Right.
except for when you had Joe Torre in 96, 97, 98, about the 96 to 2001 when you
Yep.
had Joe Torre at the helm, and they pretty much left him alone to do what he needed to do.
Right, 4 or 5 championships.
Yeah, I mean, when you have that type of mentality, then you win pennants.
And
But
they beat the Braves 2 out of those times, too.
won.
2. 96 and 99.
Was it 99 too?
Yep.
I've still got a 96 hat right
Yeah,
there.
that's the year that the Braves collapsed, actually.
Yes, it is.
They were up 2 games to nothing, and then
They won in 95,
Yep.
choked in 96, and I got that for Christmas that year to remind me they choked. But anyway.
I got the 96 one of the Yankees, so
Nah, I didn't need
I'll
toilet
have to bring that in.
I didn't need toilet paper.
Maybe I should wear that next time.
Yeah,
It barely fits my head, but I still have it.
You got a big head.
I do have a big head.
You do, man.
I wear a 7 7/8 hat.
I thought I had a big knot, but
if it's fitted. I have to wear flex fit because some hats don't fit me that well.
I know. One size fits all my butt.
I know. Large, extra large bull crap.
Yeah.
I need like a double X for my head.
Last Friday, the Black Friday sale went well.
We already talked about that.
We're talking
about
that.
the
I'm getting
iTunes
us back
now.
on topic.
Oh, I'm not iTunes.
That went well. The app.
That's where we
coming
were.
along, I hope.
Yes. From what I hear
because Zabrowski tries to explain it to me,
Mhm.
and then I just tell him, tell Benz when he gets here,
Gotcha.
because I don't get it.
Gotcha. That's why he relates
All I
this
want to
me.
know is when I can download the thing and tell people when to download it.
Gotcha. Well, see, that's why I'm wondering, like, why is he telling me this? I don't know anything about it. I don't work here.
Because for some reason he thinks you can dumb it down to get me there.
Well, I do that all the time.
I know.
I dumb everything down for you.
Well, when it comes to technology, yes, you have to.
Yes.
Because when I hit about 30, all my desire to learn new technology and all that nonsense just went out the window. I know enough now about technology to be extremely dangerous. So where are we at with the app?
Well, according to what I'm hearing is that Zabrowski showed me how everything gets put on for the website and everything. He was told that there was a certain part in where you edit the articles, the individual ones that is, where you click the mobile app section. So apparently he said from what he was told that click on that and it's getting through where once the app is up and ready, all that information is going to be right there once it launches. So,
okay, the only thing I need to know is when's the app going to be ready?
Oh, it's, I guess, pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could be
There's no
3
like
days or
yeah, it could be.
months.
Yeah, it could be. There's no definitive yet.
Oh, you're.
I know. You were so hoping that this was going to be done. What, October 31st, and we're almost in December already. Oh, it's going to be in December this weekend.
I know.
Good grief.
I know. Christmas parades and still moving the mother-in-law.
Yeah, Christmas parade is what, this weekend?
We got 2 Christmas parades. Friday in Clifton Forge. They're kicking off what I call the parade season with their Christmas parade.
That one's really that was a great one to go to.
It's a very good one. Covington is the next afternoon at 5 here in Covington.
Why back to back? Why not spread them out?
There's a phrase that we use in business and governance and community service. That's the way we've always done it.
Really?
Yeah. Ever since I can remember.
I feel like, because I was in the parade for the radio station a couple of years ago.
You and your big brother.
Yeah. I mean.
Did you ride a gator with him?
What?
Did you ride in a pickup truck with your big brother?
No.
Hi.
I know who you're talking about, but no, he wasn't there.
Oh. Okay. Was that when he was on hiatus?
Yes. No, that was myself, Austin. It was either Gerald or Jennifer was there. It might have been both of them.
Jennifer was probably putting makeup on. Every time I used to go to the radio station when we had the Alleghany Highlands review, her nickname became Mary Kay. Because every time I came in, she was in there doing her makeup at the desk and all that. And I said, "Hey, Mary Kay," and she'd laugh and all that, and probably flip me off when I walked away. But
I think it was the 4 of us and Jonathan. It might have been 5 of us, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember exactly. But I remember...
and poor Jonathan's the last man standing.
I think Austin was driving.
Oh, my God. And y'all got through it alive?
Yes.
Poor thing.
And I was sitting in the back seat. I remember I got yelled at for being halfway out the window, waving to people.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do at a parade?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wave at folk?
Yeah, but I was getting yelled at by them by saying that I should be sitting in the seat and then waving outside.
Well, how many fingers were... What people don't want to see just a disemboweled arm.
No. That's why I was hanging out outside.
But you waved at all 5 fingers, though.
Yes, not one. Okay. No. I'm not that kind of a guy.
You didn't get the wave that I get.
No. I was actually doing the actual wave, not
you didn't get the fickle finger like
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Maybe just to you, but no.
Probably just to me. You wouldn't be the only one that does it just to me, but that's okay.
But what I remember is that it was spread out multiple weeks. Like one week it was...
see, there's 4 or 5 local parades, too. If you count Millboro, there's 5 parades around here. You got these 2 this weekend.
So you're talking about the Clifton Forge one that's in downtown on Main Street?
Yeah, Ridgeway Street.
That's on Friday.
That's Friday.
And then the one here in Covington on Main Street is Saturday.
And then and I'm going to get this wrong, I know, but Iron Gates is, I believe, the 8th or the 15th. you'll get Zabrowski to post all these parades. We've
Yes.
had it multiple times in the paper, but get him to put something
Yo,
on social
I'll tell him
media
put
to
on-
remind
yeah.
folk. But we've got Iron Gate, Bath County's parade, and then Millborough parade. We normally go and cover that. So there's 5 that we go and cover, not just the ones in Alleghany County, but we do cover a lot of stuff, and I'm going to do a plug for the newsroom folks. We cover a lot of stuff in Bath County. So
I wonder why I was thinking it was just 2 years ago that I felt like it was spread out in multiple weeks.
not Clifton and Covington. No.
Okay.
Now I can't remember a time when it wasn't back to back.
Huh.
Yeah.
I just don't remember it being back-to-back days for some reason.
you were probably drinking that day.
Wouldn't surprise
That's
me.
why they had you in the back seat, because you're a lush. No,
I had a hot chocolate that day. I
That's
remember
right.
that. And that it was.
Covington and Clifton is
yeah.
for as long as I can remember, even when I was in high school band and we'd march in them, has always been that I can remember Friday and Saturday.
Okay, so we got that. That's this Friday's Clifton Forge and Saturday's Covington. Okay, well, let's move on and let's talk about, and forgive me, Mama Benz. Let's talk about that shit show last Wednesday.
Oh, you mean breaking the barrier?
No, not breaking the barrier.
Oh!
Not the
I
show.
thought you were talking about breaking the barrier.
No.
I thought we just put Myrtle over, and you're talking about a poop storm.
No, from what I hear about the paper last Wednesday.
Well,
What happened?
And without getting
And I'm talking about the print
the
side.
print part of it,
Yeah.
and without getting into a tremendous amount of details, because it really doesn't matter, we have a great working relationship with Narrow Passage Press. They're out of Edinburgh, up near Harrisonburg. We got a great relationship with them. Unfortunately, we are not the only paper they print, and there was some scheduling issues with trying to get 60 papers out with different schedules and that type of thing at one time. In years past, we have done, for Thanksgiving week, we've done a Wednesday, Saturday instead of a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. In future years, we will not do any deviation of days. From now on, it will always be some variation of Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Except for on Thanksgiving, which obviously you won't have a Thursday paper.
Well, it'll be a Tuesday, Saturday.
Tuesday, Saturday,
Yeah, instead
yeah.
of a Wednesday, Saturday. And long story short, they were late getting here. They owned up to their part of it, and that's all I ever ask. In business, stuff happens. You know as well as I do in business, stuff happens. I don't like excuses. Just tell me you messed up. Tell me what you're going to do so it don't happen again. They've done that. They were late getting here. They didn't get here till almost 3 o'clock Wednesday. They're supposed to have been here at like 10 that morning. Didn't get here till late. Unfortunately, with that, some of our carriers who are independent contractors with us, which means they're not employees, we contract them to deliver. Some of those carriers, they work for us in the morning. They have other jobs in the evening. So some of those they had to go to work. And so Ray, Lumpworley, Coy, April, I jumped in. That's why I was on assignment, butthole.
Assignment.
Air quote, assignment. No, I was trying to help out, but I mean, we were trying our best. Poor Lumpy was doing routes at like 6:30 Thanksgiving morning.
Thanksgiving morning.
Wow. We still had carriers out doing their work on Thanksgiving trying to get the paper out. It's over with. It happened. It was something we couldn't avoid. Now, I've been assured that this won't happen again.
So that's why you're moving it to Tuesday, back to Tuesday.
Everything next year and from here on out, it'll always be a Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday. We're not going to go to different days again like we did.
So I think if I'm correct, is that going to be the same thing for Christmas week?
For this December Christmas?
Yeah.
No, for December it's going to be Saturday. Actually, yeah, the way it'll fall, we'll be printing Saturday, December 22nd.
Yep.
And then the following Thursday, December 29th.
Okay.
For Christmas. And then for
So there will be
New
no
Year's,
paper on Tuesday.
No, there won't be a Tuesday paper.
The 20
for the 20 that's Christmas Day.
25th, yeah.
And for New Year's, we're going to be printing the 29th and then the following Thursday, which is January 3rd.
Gotcha. And then we can get into next year's.
Yeah,
when
we can worry
happens,
about that later. But, after thinking about it and had some discussions with some of the folks here, we just decided we're not going to try to do shifting of days. Not that that would not have helped in this situation. Well, once again, it's a busy week. We had a huge paper for that day. And if we had a huge paper, 59 other ones had huge papers. So, like I say, it's over with. But we felt that it was probably best to keep people, I guess you would say, people straight in the future. We're not going to shift days. It'll be a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday if it's a holiday. Labor Day, for example, next year we'll have Thursday, Saturday instead of a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Labor Day week, because of the holiday, it'll be Thursday, Saturday. So, but now that we have this online presence, as long as you can get to a computer, if you have a phone, tablet, pretty much any electronic device, you can pull up the mobile version. If you're on a desktop computer, you can go straight to our website, www.thevirginianreview.com. You can look at, not only the full edition, but you can look at articles. Obituaries are updated.
Individual articles.
Obituaries are updated constantly, 24/7 as we get them. They get out to y'all.
Even on the weekends when
the
paper is even going out.
Yeah, so whenever there's not a print paper, there's always new content coming along on the website.
Oh, there is, absolutely.
In past, before we really had an online presence, if we did not print, for 4 days, if we missed a Tuesday and went to a Thursday, Saturday for a holiday, we didn't have a paper for 4 or 5 days. Now, then there are people who don't do computers. There are people who don't get... and I understand that. Now, there's that fool down in Clifton who thinks that just because he is on Facebook and has a crappy website, that everybody is on the computer and everybody has Facebook. Well, I hate to break it, but not everybody has Facebook. So that's
not everybody wants Facebook.
Not everybody, and I can understand why. After last Wednesday and Thursday, I didn't want Facebook.
I don't think Zabrowski did
either.
Well,
I eventually had to just turn my phone off. We'd gone to my mom's to eat, and finally the wife said, just turn it off.
It's Thanksgiving.
People don't care.
Yeah.
People don't care, and I understand.
It's a time to be with your family.
Yeah, we did our best. People sometimes are just jerks about it. 99% of the people, though, fortunately, the buttholes were in the very slim minority, and, we're going to do our best next time around.
So I heard a rumor. Maybe it's not so much of a rumor as it's been out. It was on Facebook just before we started recording today that there's a hymn sing coming up.
Yes.
And it is going to be featuring... You're one of the featured soloists. If I got that accurate.
I am such a small cog in the wheel of this thing. Summer Pullen, who is a great woman. She gives of her time so much to many organizations. She took on this. She wanted to have a hymn sing for JD and Becky Downer. Hopefully a lot of people will know them. They are involved in a lot of stuff. You may not know their name, but you'll know their face. Huge in the Toys for Tots drives every year around here, getting toys for underprivileged kids. They volunteer with the Christmas Mother. Becky is huge in the what's it called? Supporting and giving back. Is
that your pager?
My fire pager, yeah. It's an organization that supports breast cancer and cancer patients, surviving and giving back. That's what it is. Becky is huge in that. They do a lot of stuff. Well, next Monday, on the 3rd of December, Becky goes in for surgery, cancer surgery. And that's bad enough. The following Friday, JD goes in for surgery. So Summer came up with this idea that, not only we're going to have a hymn sing to raise some funds to help them, but also to give them a chance for the community to show how much they're loved and appreciated for everything they do. So she has put all this together. I've got a lineup here. Let me read through real quick of who's going to be here, and I don't have my glasses, so We got the Celebration Choir.
Yeah, don't let me read the names because
Because you'll mess them
yeah.
up. You'll mess them up. We got a name on here that says Milk, and I'd be afraid how you'd pronounce that. But no, we've got the Celebration Choir.
When is this taking place?
I'm sorry. Let me say. Yeah, I got off talking about JD and Becky. This is this Sunday, December 2nd at 3:00. Covington High School's Kerfman Hall. There is no entry fee to get in. We are going to be taking a love offering to go to them. The money is big because we want to help them out and, help them in a way that they've been helping so many people through the years. But it's also, like I say, Summer had this great idea to have this opportunity to show them how much they're loved. But it's Sunday, December 2nd. And you'll throw a slide on there, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
To remind folk. Covington High School, Kerfman Hall, 3:00 in the afternoon. There are some churches in the area who do Sunday evening services, so we wanted to give them an opportunity to still have their services. Appearing Sunday, let me read this off.
Including yourself.
No, I'm not going to read me.
Oh, okay.
Because I am so minuscule in this whole thing that, I don't even warrant a mention. Yeah, I'll be singing a song, and that's all I need to do because we got so much other talent. Celebration Choir, Erica Hunter, Eli Dingus, the Resurrecting Praise Community Choir. You'll want to see that. Will Atkins, Amaya Hunter, Donnie Chenault, the Pinnell Chapel Youth Group, and Milk and Honey. And yeah, I'll be singing in there somewhere. So much talent, I got her to get so much talent so people wouldn't have to listen to me. And I've got to tell you a little funny story about this. She messaged me on Facebook, it's probably been about 3 weeks ago. And she said, told me the premise of what she wanted to do and told me the date and all that. She said, will you sing? And I said, well, heck yeah, put me down. I love JD and Becky. And so the following Sunday at Mount Carmel, where I go to church, at the early service, because I lead the music up there, and the preacher starts reading about this hymn sing because JD and Becky are members up at Mount Carmel. And he starts reading, and he said, performing is going to be David Crosier.
What was your reaction?
Well, and that was the only name he read.
Oh.
Because I was the only one down. And so I messaged Summer during the sermon. I said, sweetie, we got to do something because nobody's going to come to hear me.
They hear you enough.
They hear me enough. Nobody is going to want to come and do anything unless it's throw something at me. If we're going to have a Dunkin' booth there that people can throw stuff at me.
Oh, man.
We'd make a fortune for them. That might be something we can do in the summer.
Yeah, do that to Cork and Pork.
Yeah. So I told Summer, I said, sweetie.
I'll throw in a few bucks.
A few $100?
Yeah.
Yeah. Butthole. But, so I told Summer, I said, sweetie, we got to get some more people involved. So I did help her reach out.
And the list grew.
And the list grew to thank goodness. I'm only doing one song, thank goodness. Because nobody wants to hear all that. Really. I mean, people around here have heard me sing for years. They've heard it, been there, done that. I'm just happy that I was asked to be involved in some small way. Summer deserves all the praise for doing this. She has done a phenomenal job. If by chance you can't be there, and I did post this on and I actually did post something on the newspaper's Facebook page. I did it by myself.
The new one?
Yes.
Whoa.
The new, the Facebook page. The new one. Now, I don't know how to do it on the other social mediums. That's Zabrowski.
Yeah, and he already took care of that. That's
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Usually, I do something, he sees it, and he takes care of the rest.
Well, that's because, I saw it on Twitter, too, and everything, and
no, that didn't
Instagram.
That didn't come from me. I can't spell Twitter.
So I'm assuming it was him.
Oh, it's got to be him, unless little Angel back here did it. But anyway, and he ain't no angel. But
you calling Zabrowski Angel?
No, he is far from an angel.
Oh, okay.
But what were we talking about?
We were talking about the hymn sing.
Oh, yeah. So I put it on there, but I put on there that if you can't be there and you want to show some love to JD and Becky and you want to contribute a few bucks to them and can't be at the sing on Sunday, not only do they need your prayers next week and in the weeks to come after that because they are going to be, busy time of the year, but yet both of them are going to be down, and both of them just need some good thoughts. If you want to donate, find Summer Pullin, Pullin. Make sure her name's on there. It's a different spelling of some Pullins in the area, but she is on Facebook. Find her on social media. Find her on Facebook. Send her a message and tell her that you want to contribute.
Well, I was looking at the website before I came in here. Also, before we started doing this, it's already up on the website.
Hey, hold on. I'm getting a call here. Hold on. Hi, honey. What's up, sweetie? We're recording a podcast for this week.
Oh, we're going to keep this rolling, too.
Yeah, we're keeping... Oh, you're fine. You're fine. We did it early so I could go pick up Tori.
We're not going to edit this out, folks.
Oh, no. We're recording right now.
Hi, Kyla.
Oh, Adam said, hi, Kyla. She said, hi, Adam.
Yeah, she's going to be on it.
Not your voice, just the conversation.
Yeah.
All right, sweetie. I'll call you when I'm done. I love you too.
Aw.
Bye. Alrighty. She's such a good woman to me. I don't know why she puts
She
up
is.
with
I don't either.
I don't know, man.
I don't know why I put up with you for, what, maybe 40 minutes out of the day, once a week.
Yeah, you love it. Well, you're not in much of a better boat than I am. I don't know why Myrtle puts up with you.
She loves me.
That's got to be love, man. Gots to be love.
I mean, we recorded our episode last week from our home and on our couch. It was great. We were watching Once Upon a Time and eating Taco Bell.
Damn, I didn't know there were tacos involved.
Yeah.
You never bring me tacos.
I bring you donuts once in a while.
I know, but I love some tacos.
It's Taco, well
Well,
Taco
if we could
Tuesday,
start
it's
recording
Wednesday.
on Tuesday, we could celebrate Taco Tuesday.
With tacos. Or we just...
But anyway, back to, if you can't get there, send a shout out to Summer if you want to make a donation. If you can, it's going to be a great, different kinds of singing from bluegrass to
what are you
spiritual,
singing? What's the song you're singing?
Leaving on a Jet Plane.
Oh.
No.
What?
Yeah. Ha, I just want to see if you was paying attention.
I was like, wait a minute.
Sometimes you zone out on me. No, I got something I'm going to sing for them and for JD and Becky and...
So it's not known what you're singing.
No.
Only you know.
Only I know right now, and that's
Gotcha.
subject to change. Usually if I'm singing somewhere, I don't really pick until the day of. So
this is going to be for a great benefit.
Oh, it's going to be a great benefit. If you can be there, like I say, check out our Facebook page, social medias. There'll be more information there, a list of who's going to be there, and it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, on the still, it's going to have a list of everyone who's going to be performing, as well as the location, the time, just in case.
Yep.
You might
And
have a blank spot and can't remember.
So
Yep.
there's so many different types of music there that we're going to have in the gospel spiritual line that you're bound to like something.
It's just like with our social media. You're
Pretty
bound
much.
to like something with the Virginia
We've
Review.
got so many different ways you're bound to like one of them.
Yep, and iTunes will be the app will be the next one as well.
Yeah. I might
Hopefully.
be retired by then, and
You might be.
and I probably won't ever get to retire. So that's telling you something.
So moving on, what's going on with Long John Silver's is no longer in Covington?
Long John Silver's is no longer in Covington. I didn't know this till the other day.
I drove by today and I saw that it's gone.
Well, the wife texted me yesterday, day before yesterday, said she had seen it. I knew they were renovating because I saw the crane out front and I saw the sign saying the drive-through was available.
Right.
Long story short, there's a corporation that owns the franchises for this one and another one, I think, in North Carolina.
Correct, yeah.
And they just, as a business decision, they found that the Long John's franchises in those two locations weren't as profitable as they wanted. So they're going to focus both on strictly KFC.
I love me Long John's.
Well, sucks to be you, doesn't it?
Man.
Well, like I say, and there's not a lot.
My hips don't like it, but man.
Yeah. You can barely fit in the door now.
I know.
You fatty.
It was Thanksgiving. It was...
See, calories don't count on holidays.
You're right. It
in
doesn't.
the middle of eating season, calories don't count.
Especially on the weekend.
And when you're on vacation in the summertime, calories don't count when you're eating on vacation. Didn't you know that? Calories don't stick to you.
Yeah. Because, why work out when you're on vacation?
You probably would.
I
You
did
probably
last
eat
year.
rice cakes.
No,
On
I'm
vacation.
not on vacation last year.
Oh,
Well, this
okay.
past year I did not.
But no, that's as simple as it is. Like I say, I didn't know about it until
So that building's just going to be KFC
just
now.
gonna be KFC from here on.
Wow.
Yeah,
And they're renovating.
and they're
making
renovating
it,
right
yeah.
now to, and I don't know what that renovation will look like. A lot of times in the city official realm, we hear things about the same time it gets to the street.
I know that a lot of folks are not happy about this.
Mhm. But once again, and I've never ran a huge corporation like that, but sometimes you got to make those business decisions. Like somebody had posted and asked a good question. I think it was today, and it was about last week why we don't print here anymore.
Correct.
It was a business decision when we stopped printing here. Logistically, it was better business sense financially
I was
to
going to say,
print
yeah,
elsewhere.
the cost would have
The
been
cost,
enormous.
It would have been enormous. We would have had to look at replacing a whole press, and customers and readers want more than what we could offer with what we had. And the options were either buy a new press and take on a monstrous $1 million worth of cost, or farm it out. And we've had one blip in almost 4 years of working with Narrow Passage, so I think that's a success. And like I say, they came and said, this is what happened. They owned up to it, and it's going to be okay. But I can't. Of course, people think that just because we're on city council, we're the all-knowing and we get read into everything. We don't. A lot of times we don't know anything's going on at something on a corporate level like that when you're talking about franchises until it happens. So we did some research, and that's what's going on.
So no more hush puppies.
Sorry about your luck.
Man. That's Hush Puppy Tuesday. Can't even have Hush Puppy Tuesday now.
Nope.
It's better than Corny Joke Tuesday.
Anything's better than prostate exam Tuesday's better than corny joke Tuesday.
Man, really ripping into my old Corny Joke Tuesdays.
That was horrendous.
The whole point wasn't to get people to laugh.
It
But
did not work.
moving on.
Yeah.
No more Hush Puppies
Okay.
anymore. No more LJS. Well, LJS standing for Long John Silver's, in case you didn't know, Croce.
I knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just KFC
I know
now.
food. I
Man.
might not know technology, but I know food.
So where's the nearest place to go get me some Long John Silvers? What, Roanoke?
Oh, no. Go to Lewisburg.
They have a Long John Silver?
Yeah, give
Oh,
me-
that's right, they do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give me a Papa John's while you're there.
That's right. Yeah, they're close by to each other. That's right.
Mhm.
That's right near the West Virginia State Fairgrounds.
State Fair, yeah.
Yep.
And just to throw this in there, people ask a lot why we don't get restaurants, why we don't get bigger chain restaurants. Well, first of all, it takes somebody to make the investment to get a franchise, and that ain't cheap.
Oh no, it's not. I've actually looked into those possibilities.
and some episode we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
People would love a Chick-fil-A, and I'd love a Chick-fil-A, but it's not cheap. I mean, not only do you have to buy the franchise, but you also got to invest in the time to make it work, and you've got to invest in building and renovations
And the lot.
yeah. So
Where are you going to put it?
Yeah, it's not like a lot of these chains. It's not one big monster chain that owns every single little outlet.
Right.
It's somebody who owns the franchise for that particular area. So it's not as easy as just. And if people want a Golden Corral, that'd be good, but we need somebody to invest.
Absolutely.
And
Or even a Cracker Barrel around
well,
here.
but the thing is, and you bring up Cracker Barrel, that's a chain.
Mm-hmm.
And, for the very same reason in market research and profitability that Bacon Enterprises, who has the corporation with LJS, here realized that with the market research it wasn't supported, to where they needed it to be. These chain companies like Cracker Barrel know market research, what will and won't work. We don't have one here because it probably won't be supported. It might be for a month or two, but eventually,
it's a hot thing around,
when the
yeah.
newness wears off here, why did Kroger leave? Everybody talks about it, and I'm going to rant here for a minute. Everybody
No,
talks,
go for it. That's what breaking the barrier is
everybody of an older generation talks about how great things were on Covington and Clifton Forge's main streets in the 50s and 60s, and that's wonderful. Sometimes history gets a little bit revised in your head with nostalgia, but there's no doubt it was great. But you have to ask yourself, why did those businesses leave? Why did Kroger leave in 2007? Why do businesses not survive in any areas? Because they don't get supported. And places like Cracker Barrel, a Big Lots is not going to come to Kmart because they know market research shows that it's not going to be supported. So people want to fuss and gripe about we don't get anything. Well, prove that you're going to support what's here, and we might be able to get something. It irritates the crap out of me. People sit back and they rant, and these armchair quarterbacks posting their knowledge or lack thereof on Facebook, talking about how, we need this, that, and the other. All right, well, help make it happen. Put some skin in the game.
I feel like if you get the support with something like that, then you're talking about growing and maybe bringing in a big market like a Target.
When it's proven that a lot of our people travel, it's a vicious cycle. People say we don't have anything here, so they go to Roanoke. They go to Lewisburg, Lexington. It's a vicious cycle where people go because they say we don't have it, but yet we don't have it because they don't support it.
And they support another market.
Or they didn't support it when it was here. So, in order to get that, you got to get people back to supporting stuff that's not here in hopes that something will come.
Well, there's plenty of people that go to the Kroger in, where is it?
Daleville.
Daleville, yes.
Mm-hmm. I miss our Kroger. But once again,
it's right down the road in Clifton
Forge. It left because it wasn't supported. Clifton Forge survived because that is their main grocery store. You can't blame Walmart. A lot of people want to blame Walmart for why this and that and the other left. Businesses were leaving here because of lack of support long before 1998 when Walmart came to Covington. So I don't buy that nonsense either. Businesses don't come here. Businesses don't stay here. They don't survive here because we don't get people who want to support it. Case closed. People, if they want a chain here, get some money, get some investors, bring a chain in here, but you're going to have to put some skin in the game.
It's not cheap. I mean,
no, it isn't.
And
the local governments cannot do it.
Right, and that's what a lot of people are assuming is why aren't city council and the local government doing this for us?
We cannot take public tax money and buy a $100,000 Chick-fil-A franchise and bring it here. We can't do it.
That's what I guarantee a lot of folks are thinking is just let the local government do it. Got to have the funds.
We got to have the funds. You got to have somebody who's willing to put the skin in the game. And a lot of times, in order to find those people that are willing to put the skin in the game, you got to ask outsiders. When Little Caesars left, and we've talked about this, and it's in the archives. But when Little Caesars left, the guy wants to come back. He wasn't happy when he left because he got screwed, and that's a whole story for another day. But he would like to come back. But he wants a drive-through, and he is smart enough to know what works and what will work for him, and nothing has become available, financially feasible for him to do it. But he does not live around here. A lot of these franchises don't have local owners. So until somebody local who thinks they are just the smartest thing out there puts some skin in the game and researches, because I was not just for giggles last night, because I knew this. I figured you'd bring this up today about the LJS. I know you didn't tell me you were
my hips.
I know how you are with your food.
Love me food.
Yeah, I'm well acquainted with food myself. I didn't get this fat by accident. I can work a buffet line, let me tell you.
No doubt.
But I was just doing some research on, how to become a Chick-fil-A franchisee and how to become this. My God, just to buy the right to use the name is astronomical.
Oh, yeah.
It is not something that any Joe off the street, me, that, is a common everyday worker, can go do.
Mm-mm.
So, you got to have somebody with some deep pockets, not just to buy the franchise
to invest
name.
into it, yeah.
But, and that's not the building, the brick and mortar,
no.
the product and all that.
That's the name.
Yeah, and so when a company like Bacon Enterprises makes that kind of decision, I hate it, because I like Long John's.
Yeah.
But I understand from the business end, from what little business that we do here, I understand that it takes a little bit more. Sometimes you got to do things that you don't want to do if you're going to have the business to survive.
Mm-hmm. Well, back in, this was probably about maybe 6 or 7 years ago, I was looking into a business myself, and I'm not going to say which business it was.
Whorehouse?
No, I wasn't going to open up one of those.
Hookah bar?
No, I wasn't going to open up one of those. I wasn't even into hookah back then.
Oh, I love the hookah bar.
No, this was a coffee shop.
Oh, cool.
I'll say that.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna say which business it was. But Just the name alone, not we were talking about this, not building the property or anything like that. The name alone was about 55 grand.
Exactly, and that's just for the rights to use
Yes.
that name.
And that was 7 years ago. I couldn't even imagine
Oh my
what it is
God,
now.
That's probably $100,000 now.
Yeah, if not more.
Because it's
yeah,
even more popular now.
Exactly.
If it was the one I'm thinking of,
Yes.
it's probably so much more popular now, and that's why you don't get it unless you get into a big
Exactly.
market like a Beckley has that
Yep.
coffee brand.
Roanoke.
Roanoke, those areas have the people who are putting the skin in the game to do it. And like I say, for a huge chain like a Cracker Barrel, they've done research. People are in this area doing more research on this area than people ever know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why a lot of people say nothing comes here.
It's
but
always one of my biggest gripes, and I've used this many times before. And I'll use you and I for an example. We are with the Cracker Barrel Corporation, for example, and we come to the Alleghany Highlands, and we're going to look into putting a store here. Well, we got to eat lunch somewhere, so we go to Coochie's.
Mhm.
And we sit down at Coochie's, and we're having a wonderful meal at Coochie's. But in the booth next to us, some Alleghany Highlands natives are sitting there, and they're just blasting how terrible the Alleghany Highlands is and how crappy it is. And then say we got to go to Walmart to do something to get some stuff while we're here. And you hear people in the checkout line at Walmart fussing about. And at the end of the day, we're thinking, hell, if the people don't like it, why are we coming?
Yeah.
And, we are our own worst enemy in those respects.
Because people look, and you
Mhm.
don't know who's going to be where. Could be some random.
You ever
random.
see, and I know you've seen the movie, because you're a dork like I am, Men in Black.
Yes.
You never know when they're around.
Yes, exactly.
They don't have the little normalizers or
Right.
nothing like that flashes in your eyes, but
They could be dressed in everyday clothes,
yeah, and they're
or
dressed in khakis and a polo shirt
For a
like I am.
reason.
For a
For a
reason, so they
reason.
can blend in and you
Yes.
don't know they're there.
Exactly.
We are our own. We can be our own best or our own worst enemy when it comes to that, because they are everywhere, from hotel chains to manufacturers
Mhm.
to retail. They're here all the time.
And why do they want to dress like that? Because they don't want you to know who they
Yeah,
are.
yeah, because you kind of stand out when you come in and with a three-piece suit going into Double C, for example, to eat.
Yeah.
They're going to be dressed down, like I am today in khakis and a polo shirt. They're going to be dressed like you are in a T-shirt and jeans. I mean, they're going to be blending in with the natives.
Mhm.
But again, they've got, these companies didn't become mega Cracker Barrel level companies without knowing how to do their market
Exactly.
research. And they've got market research on this area that shows that a lot of our people do not support local. They go to Roanoke. They go to Lexington to do everything. They go to West Virginia to do everything. Now, the wife and I, just to have a peaceful evening, we'll go to Roanoke. That's the only way I can get it. We can get any peace, because we've always got somebody
Mhm.
coming up to me wanting to fuss. It's what I got into, and I don't mind a bit. But
And I know when you go out there, you hit up Olive Garden when you get a
I
chance.
love me some Olive Garden. But, we don't do it a lot, though.
Right.
Maybe 3 times a year, just a kind of a date night type of deal. But there are people who religiously go do everything outside the area.
Mhm.
And these companies know that. They've researched this. They are not stupid. They didn't get to be billion-dollar corporations by being stupid.
They're like, well, all right, this city goes to here, so we're going to keep opening more locations here to keep
I'm
those
gonna
people coming.
Let me break a barrier for you.
Okay.
When Kroger left, and
Yep.
this came from somebody...
The Kroger and Covington.
The Kroger and
yeah.
Covington left in 07. Those little Kroger cards? Or
Yes.
the Food Line cards, whatever the case
Right,
is.
right.
Little cards you get the discounts. That not only gives you a slight discount, but they use that for market research.
Oh, of course.
So when it was coming, as they would say, nut cutting time to figure out what to do with this Covington Kroger, they were doing their market research and looked at the people who from this area had the Kroger cards. They were being used in Daleville.
Mm-hmm.
Their research showed them that people from Covington were going to Daleville anyway because they were coming back from Roanoke.
Exactly.
And they had more people from this area using Kroger cards in Daleville than they were using them in Kroger and Covington.
That's how logistics works.
That's how
and
business
how everything works.
That's
yeah.
how business, as Dusty Rhodes will think,
Yeah.
American Dream. That's how business
American
is.
Dream.
Yeah, I had to throw a wrestling thing in there, but that's how.
Is it because I'm wearing a Cody shirt?
Yeah, that's how business works. You have to know your market research. It's like you and Zabrowski bugged me for a year and a half to go with this whole social media, new online app deal, but I had to make sure the market was there for it.
Absolutely.
I had to make sure that the market would support it. Y'all thought I was being a dinosaur, but at the same time, I had to make sure that not if we rolled out a new product, that there was going to be people who supported it,
and
there
not
have
support it for a month or two,
Exactly.
long term.
You know, people have supported since we've rolled this out, and we had an online that people subscribed to before that. But it really showed that once we rolled out this new online and we got a huge amount of influx of new subscribers, paying subscribers, it showed that we were on the right track. But I had to make sure the market was there, and even the small potatoes that we do right here in this building,
Right.
I had to make sure that the market was going to be supportive of it before we put the expense in to do it. That's what these bigger companies do all the time, just on a much huger level than I do.
Well, it's, I mean, I'll break another barrier for you. On top of that, is anytime you're on your smartphone, whatever app you might open up, whether say it's the Chrome or Google app, whatever it might be, you ever notice the ads on there? So, I mean, I'm not going to say anyone in particular, but there was a car dealership. I was in Roanoke, and I opened up my Google app to check out ESPN to get some score updates. What do I see is a car dealership for Roanoke. Why is that? Because they knew where I was located.
You know, these
And
companies,
it's just, it's smart.
It is not as simple because
It's a business.
A business. I had the philosophy when I got on council in 2012, because I was stupider than I am now. You know, I've got a little bit more educated, but I've got a long ways to go. And I'll be the first to admit that, yeah, it's a constant education for me. But when I got on in 2012, I thought you just called people. That you called the Golden Corral folk, or you called the Cracker Barrel folks. So what's it going to take to get you here? You know, when I was an ad salesman here, I'd walk in and I'd say, what's it going to take to get you to advertise with me? And we'd work out a deal. It don't work like that. You just can't call the company and say, okay, what's it going to take to get you here? Because they will tell you, because I've had them tell me, you get the market to support it, and we will consider it. We don't have the market to support it.
It's not one step. It's multiple steps.
Oh, my gosh. And people will probably come down on me very hard for this, but I'm sorry. The truth hurts. The truth hurts is that, you know, we are going to have to step our game up as consumers here in the Alleghany Highlands.
To build the market.
To build the market in order to bring stuff in. You know, if half the people that were fussing about Western Sizzlin leaving, for example. When people, you know, I saw a lot of comments on Facebook, comments about Western Sizzlin leaving and we needed this, that, and the other. If half of those people supported local businesses and supported the local economy that were bitching on there about getting a new restaurant in here, we could get stuff.
Right.
But
instead of losing more.
I would dare say that 75% of those who fussed about that one topic do very little to support around here.
Didn't hardly went.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when that was a really hot restaurant chain in the area, and then you could just slowly see the support going down.
It did, and for a lot of reasons. And some people will say it was their fault. The company might say it was lack of support. There's a lot of things that go into the kaleidoscope of screwery that gets it to that point.
And we could talk about Western Sizzlin another episode about what happened and everything.
You know, and once again, business decision.
Absolutely.
You can't keep a business open just to be nice. You're in business to make money. If you can't make money, you either tweak the business or you have to move on.
Well, it's just like the Main Street Diner.
You know, they had to make a business decision. But if we could get people who spend most of their time griping on Facebook and social media,
support it.
So to support local businesses, homegrown, locally owned business, they won't even support that. If we got people to support local businesses more and could prove that we've got people who are willing to support things coming in outside of the maybe 3 month once the newness wears off over 3 months, you know, we've got people who'll support something for a 2 or 3 month period while the newness is there. Then they'll get bored because they've got a short attention span, and they're going to go back to going to Roanoke, Lexington, Beckley, whatever the case.
Yeah, it's been more than 3 months, and I'm supporting Cakes Your Way still with my hips and their cookies.
Yes, you are, and that's why they had to put in a double door down there, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff, for those cookies again.
That's right, Mr. Bowles.
Bowles.
Thank you. You said Bowles.
You're the one that just said Bowles.
I know, because that's what you said his name was.
I messed up.
What else we got today?
All right. we had one big part of the show was talking about the whole LJS being gone from the area. Our main event talking about, well, rather you're going to hit the head here, and I know we're almost out an hour already.
I know, and my fluid pill's kicking in, so we're going to have to touch on this, and I bet I know what you're going to bring up.
Yes.
Let's touch on this,
What's going on with this combined council I'm hearing?
The joint...
The joint committee.
The joint committee for
Yes.
to talk about school. Long story short, and we're going to really focus on this next week, so make sure you tune in. But
give them a preview.
Let's give you a preview. Jacob Wright, friend of the show, he's been on the show, and he was talking about this early on. It's in the archives.
Episode 5,
Yeah, it's in the archives. Go back and listen to it. Jacob has been, and he's such a great guy, but he has really taken the lead on getting a joint school system. I'm not going to use the C word, consolidated. It would be a joint run school system between the city and the county. But what he has done, the county school board formed a committee to reach out to the possibility of reaching out to the local government / Covington School Board about forming a joint committee to see what it's going to finally take to make this happen. The school board in the county has signed off on the county reaching out, the olive branch, to not only school boards, because that's where it fell flat, and I'll go on a rant about that next week. So if you want to hear an epic rant, tune in next week. But not only the school boards, but to get the local governments involved, the city of Covington and Alleghany County, because we're the ones that's got to fund it. So we all got to be on the same page with this, and it's not as difficult as people have made it out to be in the past. So it's going to be a heck of a show next week.
What's the chances we could get Jacob right back on here for maybe, or even you go on assignments?
Maybe if I get him another pair of pig socks.
Oh, okay.
Because he is a pig farmer, and if you go onto his Facebook page, he put a picture of him wearing the pig socks when he went to the last meeting to present this to the county school.
That's great.
His good luck socks.
That's
I
great.
Guess. Yeah. So this is going to be a good episode next week. There's a lot of meat on the bone for that one. The LJS had a lot of meat on it, and we'll probably still be talking about that in the future. Had to get the hymn sing out.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a huge thing.
Absolutely. It's this Sunday.
Got to show the love to JD and Becky.
And you're going to be singing at it.
Awesome. There are so many more people doing so many more better things than I will do in my little tiny contribution. But so much stuff going on this week. We're going to hit it again. We're going to hit hard the joint committee next week, so you want to tune in for that.
Well, before we wrap it up, let's get to another episode, another topic for this week. Last week with my fiance on the show, we talked about, we've been doing this a lot recently, Would You Rather? So last week we talked about, did you listen to the Would You Rather last week?
I didn't make it that far.
You didn't make it? Really?
Dude.
You didn't even listen to your own episode last week?
Every time I start to watch a movie or I start to listen to something, no, it's not me. It's usually my phone, rings, somebody calling, something going on. So I hadn't listened to that part, so fill me in.
Okay, well, last week I asked her, would you rather have...
Marry you or wipe with a corn cob?
I'll just ask you this question this week. Would you rather have Thanksgiving food on Thanksgiving or the next day for leftovers?
Both.
No, you have to. Which would you rather?
What would I rather?
Yeah.
If I had to make a choice, probably on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving?
The whole sentimentality of it,
What do you prefer? Rather?
I would prefer probably, if
on Thanksgiving,
because of the whole. I'm a sentimental old fogey. The idea of family, friends, gathering around.
Not just
the food.
The food itself.
But the food itself ties into that. Especially in my family, we're an eating bunch. We love any occasion where we can have food. So,
no doubt.
And Thanksgiving and Christmas, a lot of times, about the only time anymore that we can get everybody together at one point. So, the food ties into the whole sentimentality of family, friends, loved ones, and because my family takes in anybody. Hell, we take in you if you didn't have any place else. We take in
appreciate
anybody.
That.
Yeah, we take in homeless people, but we take you. But it's not just family that. I tie in the food with the whole fellowship and laughing, because my family gets together and you think I'm loud, you ought to get about 8 of us together.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And if you don't like loud, raucous us, then you're in the wrong place. Because
Well, again, I went with the day after. I like the leftover food.
well, see, I like leftovers too, but
I prefer, yeah.
the leftovers you get that after the good stuff. the
Well,
day
shoot,
before.
Mama Benz hooked me up on Monday at lunchtime.
know-
I got me my turkey on toast with gravy and leftover stuffing.
She is
Oh,
too good to you.
That was great.
Now, she saw me the other day, and as we closed the show,
Yes.
did she tell you she saw me?
Yes.
I was decorating my house.
Yep.
I Clark Griswold that thing, let me tell you, and I'm still adding to it. But she
At least
happened
you
to
weren't
be-
gardening.
Yeah, I had clothes on. 'Cause it was a bit frigid, and I had clothes on. I think it was a pair of shorts, but at least I had some clothes on.
Probably a nicer day it was.
Oh, yeah.
Was it when, what was it, on the weekend or
Yeah,
Friday? It was?
before it got this cold
Yeah,
wind and
yeah.
nonsense. It was Sunday, I believe. Yeah, Sunday.
Oh, it was like 55 on Sunday.
Yeah, so I did at least have shorts and a shirt on.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but yeah, I saw her and I'm thinking, that poor woman. That poor lady. Who needs to be nominated for sainthood right along with Myrtle.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
For putting up with me.
Mm-hmm.
They love me.
They got to.
And I love them.
Yeah, you better.
They're my two number women.
Aw.
They're my two
They're co-number one women.
co-number one women. Yeah.
There you go. You
Yes.
don't want to say, because I know Mama Benz listens.
Yes, she
So I
does.
don't want her to get mad at you. I'm trying to save you here. You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Co-number one women. All right, we got to wrap this
Yes.
up 'cause I got to go to the bathroom.
Well, we were going to wrap it up anyways. We've been over an hour.
Dude,
But-
my huggies can't handle much more.
I know.
My eyeballs are floating.
Going from a 20-minute episode last week to over an hour, too long.
My eyeballs is turning yellow and floating. So let's
But
wrap
great,
this up.
great episode
It was
this
a good
week.
episode.
Great episode.
Yep, I'm curious to hear the feedback, especially
Absolutely.
on my
I always
rant
love hearing
on-
the feedback.
Well, especially the feedback on the lazy people in this area who need to get off their butt and support the area more.
I'm sure you'll hear plenty of feedback with that.
Probably will.
Folks, I hope you have been entertained throughout today's episode, and we will talk to you all next week. For my co-host, David Crosier, I'm Adam Benz, signing off from Breaking the Barrier, episode number 16.
Roll Tide.